in this video we are going to talk about methods of charging. So after this video you should be able to explain the three different methods of charging, and three different methods of charging are friction, induction and conduction. So you might have observed when we rub a scale on our head, the scale start attracting pieces of paper, and this happens because this scale get charged and a charged object attract pieces of paper, and in this process we have charged the scale by friction. So let's understand charging by friction. We already know when we rub a glass rod with silk cloth, glass rod get positively charged and silk cloth get negatively charged. Now let's understand how this happens, and before that we already know the cause of charging is transfer of electron. So let's consider an atom in a glass rod and another atom in a silk cloth. When we rub them together, some of the electron get transferred from glass rod to silk cloth. Now out here you can see there are more positive charges than negative charge. That means this glass rod is getting positively charged, and out here we are getting one extra electron, that is negative charges more than positive charge, so the silk cloth become negatively charged. So this is how we charge an object by friction. So it happens due to the transfer of electrons from one object to another object. So this is the notes. You can pause the video and write the notes. And we cannot charge the metals by friction because when we charge the metal, all the charge will be conducted by the metal to the earth through our body. When a charge moves away from a body through air, then discharge happens, and when discharge happens, spark is produced. And same idea of discharging is used in gas lighter, and you know gas lighter can cause fire. That is why a truck carrying inflammable liquids are connected to ground through a metal rope. So whenever trucks move, there is a friction between the body of the truck and the air, so charge may get appear and it may cause the spark due to the discharging. So in order to get rid of that charge to the earth, this metal is connected, so all the charge produced on the body of the truck may go to the ground without causing any discharging or causing fire inside the liquid. And similarly, the tires of an aircraft is made slightly conducting, so whenever the flight takes up, the charge produced by the friction may go to the earth through this tire, so that the fuel of the aeroplane do not get ignited. When we rub a comb or scale with wet hair, the scale will not get charged because the friction between them decreases and transfer of electron will not happen. So you can try these questions. Now the next method is charging by induction. So the dictionary meaning of induce is to force someone to do something. So we already know a charged scale attract the pieces of paper, and this happens due to the induction. Now let's understand what is induction first. Suppose we have a positively charged glass rod and an atom. So we already know like charge repel and unlike charge attract. So the positive nucleus get repelled by the positive glass rod and negative electrons get attracted towards distribution of charge in atom changes like this. So electrons move slightly towards the glass rod and the nucleus moves slightly away from the glass rod. Now you can see the distance between positive charge increases and the distance between negative and positive charge decreases. So the force between negative and positive increases. As the forces on electrons are more than the force on the nucleus, so electron gets attracted and whole atoms moves like this, so it get attracted towards the positively charged glass rod. Now let's understand this with the piece of paper. As we all know, an atom consists of equal number of positive and negative charge, so we can denote the atom like this, positive and negative kept together. So now let's take a piece of paper, and a piece of paper consists of large amount of atoms. So these are all the atoms inside the piece of paper, and this is positively charged glass rod. Now we know like charge repel, unlike charge attract, so negative electrons or free electrons will move towards the glass rod, and all the positive charge move away from the glass rod. I have already explained this by taking an example of an atom. For each atom, electrons move slightly towards the glass rod, and nucleus of each atom moves away from the glass rod. Now you can see the force between negative and positive is more because they are at small distance, so piece of paper get attracted. So this process is called induction. Now this is the definition for induction. So induction is the method of modification of distribution of electric charge. So out here the distribution is positive and negative plus together, but when you bring a charge rod, this distribution get disturbed. So we are modifying the charge distribution, or we can say electrostatic induction is the method to create or generate charge on the surface of the material by bringing the charge object near to this. So you can see by bringing the glass rod near to this, we are generating negative charge out here. So now let's take an example. Suppose this is an object and this is a positively charged glass rod, and this is getting attracted to the glass rod. Now the question is, what should be the charge of this object? So according to properties of charges, positive should attract negative. So according to this, it should be negative, but according to induction, the charge object should attract neutral object like pieces of paper. So according to this object should be neutral. So there is a problem in this property. So the conclusion is the positive charge can attract neutral or less positive charge due to the induction, and negative also can attract neutral as well as less negative charge due to induction. So attraction is not confirmed test to identify the nature of charge. Repulsion is confirmed test. So if a positively charged glass rod is attracting an object, that time we cannot say the object is negative because it can attract neutral as well as less positive charge. So this is very important point. So to confirm the nature of charges, we have to go for repulsion, not attraction. So now the question, a positively charged rod repel a suspended object. Can we conclude that the object is positively charged? Yes, because the repulsion is the sure test or confirm test to identify the charge. A positively charged rod attracts suspended object. Can we conclude that the object is negatively charged? So we cannot tell, because as we know, positive attracts negative charge, but due to the induction, positive can attract neutral as well as less positive charge. So we cannot tell the object is negatively charged. So and the next question, can two like charges attract each other? The answer is yes. If one charge is less positive, another is more positive, that time they can attract each other by the process of induction. Now how to charge by induction? So there are two methods. One is without earthing and number two is with earthing. So now let's see how to charge an object by induction without earthing. So we take a metal sphere on a insulated stand. We take another sphere and we bring them in contact, and we can represent atom like this. So they consist of equal number of positive and negative charges, and we bring a charge rod. The positive charge attract negative charge and repel positive charge, so negative charge comes towards this side and positive charge moves towards this side. And now we separate this, and now we take away the rod. Now when we take away the rod, this charge will get distributed throughout the sphere. Now both of them are charged. This is negatively charged, this is positively charged. So this is the same thing written. You can pause the video and copy the notes. Now next is charging by induction with earthing wire. We will take a sphere on an insulated stand. We can represent an atom by plus minus sign like this, and this sphere consists of large amount of atoms like this. Now we bring a positively charged rod. Negative charge get attracted towards this side, positive charge get repelled. Now we connect this side to the earth, and earth is always hungry about the charge. You can give any amount of charge to the earth and you can take any amount of charge from the earth. So out here this charge, positive charge, will move to the earth, but in reality positive charge do not move. So the electrons from the earth will move to this side, making this neutral. So we can say positive charges are going down, but in reality electrons are coming from the earth and making this positive side neutral. So now all the positive charges are going to the earth and this side become neutral because all the positive charge moves to the earth. Now we remove the earthing and we remove the positive charge, and this negative charge get equally distributed through the sphere. Now we got negatively charged sphere. So now you can pause the video and copy the notes. Third method is charging by conduction. Now we take a metal sphere, we take a charge rod, we keep them in contact and positive charge move to the sphere, and when we move the glass rod, this sphere get positively charged. So this is charging by conduction. You can pause the video and copy the notes. So now let's summarize the video. So there are three methods of charging. One is charging by friction. So when we charge two objects, one get positively charged and another get negatively charged. And another method is induction. Induction is the process of generating charge on the surface of an object by bringing a charged object near to it. So we can charge an object by induction by two methods, one by using earth wire and another without using earth wire, and the third method is charging by conduction. So this is the end of the video. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe the channel, and you can even comment. So out here I have given my phone number. If you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp me. I will try my best to help you to solve your problems. Thank you.